Sorry, kids, the following contains mature content. Viewer discretion advised. Hey, Mortal Gamers, we're back. Today we're taking a look at Mortal Kombat, the 2011 release. So, how's this one going to stack up? Let's find out. So I'm going to assume there are a few of you out there who have never played Mortal Kombat or just don't know the story. Well, that's okay because this is a retelling of Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. In fact, it's like a reboot of the series. It kicks off with Raiden getting his butt kicked by Shao Kahn. And after this, he basically starts sending visions to his past self. So future Raiden sending visions to past Raiden. Past Raiden is now the present Raiden. Present Raiden is trying to prevent himself from becoming future Raiden. Can I confuse you a little bit there? That's okay. Don't worry about it, because the game basically plays out by retelling the original 3 games. And so you start out in the old Shaolin tournament, where Liu Kang defeats Shang Tsung. And from there you migrate to Outworld, and eventually, as Earthrealm and Outworld are being merged, you have to prevent the apocalypse from coming. It's a pretty cool storytelling, because they're actually using full motion videos in between the fights. I mean, after watching DC Universe, Mortal Kombat vs. DC Universe, they've really stepped up their presentation here, and it looks like that was actually like a training exercise. And so this would eventually lead to games like Injustice and other titles by NetherRealm that have this rich storytelling in between fights. But hey, it's the fighting system that attracts most people. I mean, for me, the story was great, but ultimately you're going to spend more time fighting than you are going to spend time watching the videos. So, how's fighting stack up? Well, you're now using a limb system. So it's like Tekken. You have right leg, right arm, left arm type thing going here. Yeah, it sounds a little weird, but it actually works fairly well with this series. And what they've done is they've also made a more intuitive combo system. Most of the characters, you can pretty much experiment and chain together some decent combos and then link them together with special moves to really dominate your opponent. I got nothing against the fighting system. It actually is really sound, especially for fighting games these days. You want something that's going to really keep people coming. It's going to be friendly to noobs like myself, and it's going to be friendly, and that's noobs and EW guys. Noobs like myself, and veterans as well. And what's really new to this system is the X-ray attacks. Just tag both buttons at the same time, and you'll launch an attack where, hey, you're going to do some serious internal damage to your opponent. Now, Midway actually took the time to render internal skeletons, internal plumbing for every character. Sounds a bit much, but when you look at what's going on here, it actually is somewhat amusing. Gross in some places, but it's kind of cool. Now, obviously, Mortal Kombat is going to include the finish him fatalities, because that's been a staple of the game ever since Mortal Kombat 1. I mean, the first time we were like, what? But they've taken it to a new level, especially with new 3D, much better graphics. I mean, this game looks on par, and the fatalities are as creative as they could be. So the question is, how does Mortal Kombat stack up? And this game has a lot to do. Whether you want to play the arcade-style tournament ladder, you want to play the expansive story mode, maybe you want to play against friends on or offline. I mean, there's a lot. They even added the mini-games, like Test Your Might, Test Your Sight, whole bunch of different stuff that you can do. So this game is going to keep you busy. Furthering it depends on which version you get, because if you get the complete edition, you'll have additional characters such as Scarlet, Kenji, Rain, and Freddy Krueger. Yep, Nightmare on Elm Street Freddy Krueger makes his appearance in here. So this game is complete. I mean, it is really one of the definitive ideas of what a modern fighting game should look like. So do I recommend it from a fighter standpoint? Yeah, it actually is everything you'd want in a fighting game. But then on the other hand, there's the moral aspects of this game. And that's actually where I come to somewhat of a crux, because I love the fight. I mean, it's a great fighting system. But now you have killing, because obviously the finishing moves come back. You know, you can kill your opponent with pretty much any character in the game. In addition to that, the crypt actually has gone downhill. Originally, you were just unearthing graves, and you were pulling stuff out of there. That wasn't too bad to me. But now in Mortal Kombat 2011, you actually are initiating torturing people. People are being tortured to death, and that's how you're unlocking stuff. And that really doesn't sit well. So, do I recommend this game from a moral standpoint? No. And then on top of that, I mean, you do have the underdressed women look a lot like hookers and stuff like that. I mean, where's their street pole? No, this definitely is not a game by any moral standards. So if you're looking for a more moral title that's this much fun, check out Injustice: Gods Among Us. It's comic book heroes, Superman in them. It's a lot cleaner, based on the same engine, a lot better game, at least in my opinion.
Finish him!
I won't kill him.